Greetings and welcome, my friends. You have come over to the Synthesizer Side. This is Jaws 2, a sharkified synthesizer deck utilizing some new weapons as well as some old. As with any synthesizer list, we've got some staples in the mix that work well with this particular deck. To make sure we keep up the pressure on the opponent, we've got card draw, as well as a way to dig a pair of permanents out of our deck and onto the battlefield. An artifact removal will help clear problematic cards and open the way for our men to get in hits. Let's get in there. We're playing the full set of the synthesizer staple, 3 steps ahead. It's an excellent turn 4 play after dropping a factory and making a token copy. But that's not all we can do. For 3 mana, we have the option to counter any spell the opponent fires off, or draw a pair of cards then toss one. Each option can be useful, but the majority of the time, we'll want to make a token synthesizer. High Noon is a card we've used in the past, but it's been a while since we've used it. With it in play, every player will be limited to playing out only 1 card per turn. This will slow down opponents and brick any cutter decks we run into. Sure, we're stuck playing out 1 card per turn as well, but we've come prepared with ways to advance our board even with this restriction in place. We don't have the red mana to activate its ability, but with Robot Overlords going in for huge damages, we likely won't need it. Negate is a great counter spell for stopping opponents' removals or board wipes when we've got the advantage. With a High Noon in play, this will end the turn for the opponent if we stop one of their cards. Sure, we can't counter enemy men with it, but we should have bigger men than the opponent. Caretaker's talent is fantastic card draw, as well as giving us a cheap token copy of any token we have on board. Usually we're not interested in taking the talent to level 3, but in this deck we can benefit from the token pump. Depending on the situation, of course, there will be times we won't need level 3. Perilous Snare is an amazing artifact removal that lets us snipe any non-land permanent. Originally we tried unidentified hovership in this slot, but the Snare is far superior. Being an artifact means we can make a token copy of it with 3 steps ahead, and it triggers any synthesizers we have in play. Chrome Host Seedshark returns with its incubator token making ability. Whenever we play out a non-creature spell, we'll get an incubator token. In the whole deck, there are only 8 cards in total that are creatures, the sharks themselves as well as the spider. This means the majority of the time when we fire off a card, we'll be getting artifact tokens we can turn into men. And we know any extra artifacts serve to pump the stats of our Robot Overlords. Sure, the shark is vulnerable to removals, but this gives us much more threats for the opponent to worry about. The synthesizer is our key card. The goal is to get our factory outlets in play and make token copies to generate a team of Robot Overlords and use them to take over the world. The Helm is still great. It's an excellent card to play with synthesizers. For every Robot Overlord we generate, we also get a map token to further boost the stats of our AI men. With the Helm, we can make token copies of any token artifact we already have, that's Robot Overlords, or better yet, token synthesizers. Thran Spider is an excellent card since we get 2 artifacts for the price of 1. The Power Stone token is even more important in this deck than usual since we can use the Power Stones we generate to activate our incubators without using lands. We're playing United Battlefront to boost our board presence with just 1 card. We'll get a pair of permanents, some of which could trigger any synthesizers we have in play. Getting any synthesizers when we fire it off would be a huge bonus too. For lands, we're playing for Meticulous Archive, the Azorius Surveil land. For Floodfarm Verge, the plains that turns into a duel when we have an island or plains in play. For Adarkar Wastes, the Azorius Pain duel. 6 island, and 6 plains. Playing the deck is rather simple. It's about getting a synthesizer or a talent in play and using the United Battlefront to find more key cards. A shark or a factory on turn 3 can set us up nicely. An early High Noon can give us an advantage by slowing down the game. We have the edge with our ability to generate multiple men when we have a synthesizer in play or a shark. Keep the opponent from wrecking our board with counters. The Negate is in the list specifically to protect our board. Whenever possible, copy a synthesizer with a 3 steps ahead, then copy the token with the Helm and the talent. That's the deck, boys. Let's go play some games. This is Neapolitan. No, wait, it's Nap Polly. He likes naps, crackers, and telling people he wants a cracker. This is an earlier version of the deck. We were trying the Crystal Barricade to foil some plans. This 3-lander looks fine. We don't have any of our powerful cards, but what we have can keep us alive until we draw into business. Keep. Our surveil land shows us a hover ship, and we'll keep it. I expect the opponent to have plenty of targets to abduct. We'll play out a barricade this time. It's an effective early blocker that might be able to save us from taking too many damages. They swing in, no wait, they back out. Their guy has menace, so I'm not sure why they changed their mind. Note that with 2 barricades in play, our men will be immune to non-combat damages. But for now we'll play out the Spider, as that gives us a chance to block their show off. Here comes the show off, but are they stuck on 2? They send it, and we'll block the show off. It's capable of doing quite a bit of damage, and we want to prevent as many damages as possible early on. They fire off some pump, but the show off doesn't gain toughness. This is still a fine trade for us. We're stopping their biggest damage dealer and buying ourselves some time. They oopsie-poopsie right in their trousers. This was already a trade. That shock does nothing. That's a poopsie-scoopsie. Smell you later, bro. This is emit, but emit what, bro? Smells? Poops? Stains? We get a 4-lander this time around. We've got a shark, a factory, and our amazing utility card. Keep. Your pants. On. Our surveil land shows us another 3 steps ahead on top. We'll gladly take it. That's another synthesizer copy. They play out a reformer, a frying, no-weight flying chicken. It might be the first of many angels. Against angels, going with our factory outlet might be a better choice over getting a shark down. Big Robot Overlords might be better than trying to outnumber them with smaller token men. On top we have a pair of lands. We'll ship them both. We've already got 4 lands, and that's enough to copy and generate a squad of AI men. All hail our Robot Overlords. Let's pass the turn, and we can make an instant synthesizer to surprise the opponent. They come in for damages, but don't add anything else to their board. We'll take the opportunity to make a surprise factory outlet. Let's slash prices and roll out big AI men. On top we have a land and a barricade. Let's send them both on down. A battlefront would be great right now. We draw a hover ship and we'll play it out. The Exemplar of Light has got to go. They save their big chicken with an escape, but we still get a pair of Robot Overlords. Our men will grow in size, and we will be able to take down their life total quickly. Their next fryer is an Overseer chicken. It's kind of small, which is good to see. It's not really a threat, but is likely to end up a road bump. A helping hand gets them their first chicken back on board. It's a powerful road bump as it gains them life when it takes damages. They send it, but we'll crew up our hover ship and throw a block. Let's preserve as much of our life as we can while we get in hits. This turn we have to play out the Spider. It's a pair of artifacts along with 2 more Robot Overlords. With bigger men and a line of blockers, we have a chance. Let's get in there. Damages, bro, damages. They play out another fryer. No, wait, I mean flyer. These chickens can multiply like rabbits. They get a pair of blockers down. It's now a matter of who can hit who the hardest. They smash our spider with a removal, but we do get 3 life for the loss. We'll be eating some damages this time, but we'll be able to fire back. We'll play out the shark, we've got lethality, and we'll be sending in our Robot Overlord army. Luckily for us, the Reformer's life gain ability has to use the stack, but bro is at -2 life. GG's, Robot Overlord cheese. This is Deviate Shade, but how could Shade deviate? What? We get the amazing Shuffler special. We do have an excellent set of cards which include a shark, a factory, and a couple of ways to trigger the synthesizer. Keep. We draw a 3rd land right away, which enables us to play out every card we have in hand. It's on boys. They play out a Watcher, a small 1/1 flyer that has a dies trigger. It is an artifact as well, which makes me wonder if they're on the Robot Overlord plan. They come in for their 1 damage, but have no other plays. Keeping their mana open makes me suspicious they might have a counter. Let's play out the spider and see if they've got something. There is a bit of a wait, but we get our spider down. They might have something, so we'll have to play carefully. They play out a Tygam, the Master Opportunist. I've been meaning to try this guy out. They do nearly tap out, so we have a window of opportunity to land our synthesizer. They fire off a bounce off on our spider. I'm sure they don't have any idea that they just did us a favor. Thanks, bro. With them tapped, we'll play out our synthesizer. Should have kept the pants on. On top we have a land and a snare. With a Battlefront in hand, we'll keep them both, and in that order. This way we make sure we hit on the snare, and hopefully something else. They go for bounce, this time on our factory outlet, all when we were working on slashing prices. Luckily we have a negate, and we can stop the nonsense. We can fire off the Battlefront, but we can also go with spider and snare, or shark and snare. But let's go for the powerful 4-mana sorcery. That's an excellent selection of cards. Let's get the talent for the card draw, and the snare to take out one of their men. We'll miss out on the double factory board, but I think we'll be fine this way. We'll snag their flyer. The other guy we can block with our Robot Overlords. They fire off a Fiery Annihilation on one of our Robot Overlords. It takes care of it, but we have 1 left. We draw into a 2nd synthesizer, and that will be our play. We can follow it up with our spider and generate a solid team of AI men. On top we have a land and a spider. We'll pass on the land, but the spider is always amazing. The opponent has seen enough, they poop it and scoop it. GG's, smell the cheese. This is Mom's Son Ions. It's all about those ions, isn't it? Please don't kick me in my ions. We're in the shuffler special phase of this operation. We have a very synthesizer-centric hand, but we're going to need a 3rd and a 4th land for the magic to happen. Keep your hopes up. It was meant to be. We get a 3rd land, and that will let us play out most of our hand. That's a plaza and that's a monastery, so they have access to blue mana. For fear of a counter spell, we'll play out the shark and hold on to our factory outlet. There wasn't even a hitch. The next question is, do they have removals? They play out a Silex, an artifact that they can use to clear out the board. We'll have to hold on to our important permanents until they blow up the board. They need to use 4 mana to activate it, and a snare will take care of it. For now, let's hold off on playing anything out. Let's get in there for damages and ship the turn. Our surveil land shows us a high noon on top. Let's hold on to it for after they burn everything down. They fire off a sunfall. Kind of weird they didn't just activate their Silex. I kind of like having our shark in play. Let's negate this wipe. It's time for the snare to come on down and take care of their board wipe. With it out of the way, they'll need another way to clear out men. We'll follow up with our high noon. Even if they have another sunfall, we have a pair of incubators ready to go. They go with a Breaching Dragon Storm. If they think they can combo off, the high noon says no. Not today. We draw a second 3 steps ahead. That's another 2 turns of them not being able to clear the board. We might not even need the synthesizer during this game. Let's flip one of our incubators, and we can get in for some solid hits. They'll need an answer, but we have high noon and a counter at the ready. Damages, bro, damages. They do have a sunfall, but we're 3 steps ahead. That's right, those ions got spanked. We didn't really need that much cheese, GG's. This is Trin 1 in room 643. She likes ghosts, smoke, and ghostly smoke. Let's hope there's pants under that robe. We get yet another shuffler special. This one has double synthesizer. So all we need is that all-important third land. Keep. Our surveil land shows us a shark on top. We need lands and we can't keep the shark. They hit us with a duress, but which one of our weapons are they taking? They make us toss a factory, good choice, bro. We draw a helm which is not a third land. It's time for thoughts and prayers, and maybe some vitamins. We get a third land in the nick of time. With blue mana up on their side, let's go with the spider first. There's only a slight hitch, but they could be saving something for when we try to go for the synthesizer. They tap out for a robot. They might have been short on lands, and we gave them what they needed with that power stone. On the bright side, they are tapped out. It's time to set up our factory outlet. Prices will be dropped and discounts handed out like candy. On top we have a land and a negate. Let's ship the land, but we might need the negate. Another sad robot. But the robots on our side are happy and love to pummel opponent faces. They also get a vault down. That's got to be their way of digging through their deck. Battlefront, you're up. Find us something good. Well, that's going to be a snare and a high noon. We can use the snare to take one of their men, and the high noon will slow them down while we build up. They send it, but if they want to trade blows, they're going to find it hard to beat our men. They clear out the board, but our men are easily replaced. After all, they are on a discount fire sale. Playing out the helm right now would be great, but let's go with a talent first and enable our card draw right away. Then next turn we can play out the Helm, and we'll have mana to use it. For now we can copy our Power Stone token for just 1 white. That would be extra bad news, but losing our synthesizer is the worst of it. With our synthesizer gone, all we can do is make sure they don't wreck our board.
Success. I will put an end otherwise. Heed my advice.
Let's cage the dragon, and hopefully the battlefront we have will dig us up more weapons.
The wise know when to retreat.
If that monument weren't an instant combo with the vault, we'd let it go, but we can't let that happen right in front of our noses. It's time to battlefront ourselves to the front of this game. That's a Helm and a synthesizer. We couldn't have gotten a better set of cards. On top we have a pair of lands, and we'll ship the wastes. They fire off an edict, but we're prepared to make a copy of our Robot Overlord. We don't have one, we really have two. They have another edict, and this one will get our last man. We're never completely out of Robot Overlords, as you guys know. There is always more on the way. Let's go with a second Helm for extra copies. Unfortunately, they have a 3 steps ahead and smash our Helm. They manage to squeeze out another Yugen, and they go right for our synthesizer yet again. It's a sure way to slow us down, but we also have sharks that can generate incubator tokens. This time we're not out until we're out.
I see no threat that I cannot Insight is vital to success.
Let's copy a Power Stone token and get not just more mana, but card draw as well. You know what we love to do? Stuff their stuff in a cage. Get in there.
To persist would be folly.
They go for a removal saga, but we know that means we're losing one of our snares, and they get back something we don't want them to have. Negative Ghost Rider, the pattern is full. I bet they wish they could counter, but they can't. This turn will go with a spider. It's a source of damages as well as an extra draw. They hit us with another duress. This time they'll likely want to take out the snare. We draw another Battlefront, but unfortunately it won't get us a shark. This turn will go with a second talent for double the draw with every token we generate. They get us with another 3 steps ahead, but that means we keep our spider and get in for damages. They snipe our surveil land, but that's really not much of anything. We have plenty of basics left, no harm done. That's the third duress coming in hot. I have no idea what they'd want to take this time around. Well, that was a mistake. We were likely not going to fire off the Battlefront at all. Thanks, bro. Let's go for another talent. We want those extra cards. This time it goes through smooth as butter. I like it. Let's go ahead and make a Power Stone token right away. In this game, counter spells are great, and we drew into another pair. Very nice. They go for a Wren and Realm Breaker, which could gum up the ground, and even give them the edge since the land they animate has vigilance. Let's decline their offer to Wren. We don't want none. Let's make another Power Stone. One of these days we might actually draw a shark. Negative Ghost Rider. The Shuffler wants us to be 9 steps ahead. Let's play out the other spider. For damages, a turn seems rather solid. They go for another Ren, and this time around we'll let them have it.
If this is my final fight, then we must win.
They go to animate a land, but we'll make a token copy of a snare. We can start stuffing anything they have into cages, all day every day. There's a shark finally. We were eventually going to turn 1 or 2 up.
My voice beckons to all worlds.
We'll use the helm to make a token copy of our token snare and eat up their vault. That was too much for them to take. The cheese flows like wine. GG's, smell you later, bro. And that, my friends, is another satisfied customer.